Hey everyone, Amanda Mazey, Country Roads Trust, Malori Brown, Rifle member for WVU. Malori, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
How does one get into rifle?
That's a great question. I think we all kind of have our own little story to get into the sport. Mine started out when my dad, who's an avid hunterman and fisherman, he taught me how to shoot BB guns when I was really young. And we live 5 minutes away from a range. And he was like, well, we should go. They have a junior shoot every month. Maybe it'll teach you something that I forgot. And I'm like 11, 12 at this point. And I'm like, okay, Dad, like whatever, like just shut up about it, like let's go. And so we go, and I get there, and there's these 12, 13-year-old boys like talking big game, saying how they're gonna win this little match that they're holding. And they're totally ignoring me out of the conversations. Like, I'm new, I get it, I'm brand new there. But I was like, okay, I see how it is. Like, you're gonna talk some big game, we'll see how it goes. And I go and I win second place. And I was like, all right, Dad, you're right, this is pretty cool. I go back the next month, I win first place, and those boys are just like mad, and they're not talking to anybody, and their dads are mad because they got beat by an 11-year-old girl. And I was like, no, this is pretty cool. And it just kind of snowballed from there into 4-H, NRA, USA shooting, and then eventually college. So.
And you're obviously from Texas, so I mean that guns are big down there.
Yes.
So talk about the transition of shooting, actual guns to like what you shoot here at WVU, because there is a difference.
There is a difference, right? So I guess the biggest difference between what we do and what huntermen do when they're hunting is like our guns are so accurate, and they have different parts and pieces that conform the gun to you, whereas a hunting rifle is just a uniform stock that you buy off the shelf. And so we maintain those guns to an accurate standard, and also like they're our guns, like they're so personal to us, customized to us. And also the 10 ring is the size of a period at the end of the newspaper. So it's really small. Granted, it's only at 50 feet, but that's super tiny, whereas in when you're hunting, you're shooting at a heart that's as big as your fist, from 100 yards, 150 yards, whatever it is. So
do you still like to go and shoot the other guns when you go home?
I do. I don't have much time anymore to go do it, which I think makes my dad a little sad. Yeah. But I do. That's like kind of like our time. That's kind of like where we bond over. So whenever I go home during the hunting season, we go hunt together, just sit in the deer blind and have good father-daughter talks.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. Yeah. So when it was time to decide where to go to college, what was it about WVU that you said, that's where I want to go?
I stepped foot on campus, and I immediately felt like I was home. Like, I just had this gut feeling that I needed to be here no matter what. And then I came on my official visit, and I met the team and John, and I just was treated like family. I felt like a part of the team already, even though I was just a recruit. And they were so welcoming in that way, and John was making sure that I was comfortable, because at the time I was not very social, so I was like kind of uncomfortable meeting these random group of people that I've never met before. And it was just, I felt so welcomed here, and I was like, this is the place for me, for sure.
You've had a very successful career here at WVU so far. Not over, got a long ways to go here still, but you actually qualified for your first World Championships, you told me. That's coming up in March. How exciting is that? I also know that you were an alternate for the Tokyo Olympics a couple years back. You didn't make the trip, but what a great honor. But let's just talk about the World Championships.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to it. It'll be my first World Cup, and it's been a long time coming. I feel like it's always been a dream of mine to be on Team USA or the USA shooting national team, and I finally made it after however long I've been in this career. But we're gonna go to India in March, and I think it's gonna be a great time. My first experience. Mary will also be there, so we'll make the most out of it.
Talk about just rifle in general. I mean, there is no, not like baseball where you have the major leagues or football, NFL. Right. So after college, where will this take you? Like, what will your path be?
Right. I think what's so unique about rifle is that the Olympics are, the Super Bowl of shooting. And so a lot of people who are in the NCAA go to the Olympics. It's kind of like your next step. Some even like currently in the NCAA are Olympians. And so hopefully 2024 Paris Games is kind of like my next goal. And not everybody obviously gets to go there. there's only 20 schools in the NCAA for rifle, and then there's only 2 spots for each gender going to the Olympics. So it's definitely going to be a challenge, but if you want to stay in the sport, that's the way you go.
Yeah, absolutely. So your name is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Explain that. That's a really cool fact.
Yeah, so it's really random, but I was a junior in high school, and I applied to a scholarship. I had to apply to some scholarship for an assignment for a class. And as a junior, there's not a lot of scholarships out there. It's mostly directed towards seniors. So I finally found one, and it was called United States Army Pro Football Hall of Fame Award of Excellence. It's a super long title, but I applied for it, and I got a call. Actually, I was in the middle of Spanish class, and I thought it was like a prank call or a spam call, and so I didn't answer it. And they left me a message, and I listened to it in Spanish class, and they're like, "Congratulations, you've been accepted to the Pro Football U.S. Army Hall of Fame Award of Excellence as a finalist. We're going to come down and do an interview with you at your school, and then you're going to come up to Canton, Ohio, and we're going to have a little banquet for you and 20 other finalists." And I was like, okay, cool. And so, yeah, long story short, that ended up happening, and my name's on a little plaque with that huge long title in the middle of the Hall of Fame for pro football.
So it'll be there forever.
Exactly.
Well, that's awesome. How has your experience been at West Virginia?
It's been amazing. I am so grateful for all the support that the community, the state gives the program. It's actually quite amazing because I've never experienced that before, and I don't think a lot of other college teams, rifle teams, get to experience that. And so just having that, you know, that someone's looking out for me, that someone's supporting me, and the team just throughout your entire college career it's pretty extraordinary, and it's like one of the best qualities I think West Virginia has.
Well, I mean, the rifle team, you guys just win national championship year after year. It gets boring. No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, good luck with everything. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you being a Country Roads Trust athlete.
Thank
and
you.
Good luck. You know, we have like conference championships coming up,
Yes.
national championships, and the World Cup. So
Yes.
we'll be rooting for you. Thank you, Mallory.
Thank you.